Hello you all and welcome to this video. Today is Vlogmass day 7 and I want to share with you two recipes. One is on making green pea stew with lots of vegetables. So here I started with adding crushed garlic into hot oil or minced or grated. I just used my garlic crusher to do that. So I added the garlic to some oil in a pot that was already hot. Then I added sliced red onion. I added some sliced red onion, and we are making pea stew here. What we are making as the first recipe of the day. So I stir this in, and I don't necessarily let it get golden brown, but for it to be translucent, that will be okay. So I let it cook for a few minutes. And let me take this opportunity to welcome our new members in the house. Welcome, welcome. Then I added some Himalayan salt or any salt that you have. We just prefer Himalayan in this household. So here we share recipes, we cook, we eat, we talk about lifestyle diseases and how to avoid them and manage them. If you are new, can you stick around? If you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. So I also added some leek. I have shared how I love cooking with leek. So I added some chopped leek into the pot. And I shared how we like to bulk up our meals with vegetables. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to add as many vegetables as you will see into this pea stew. So I'll let those cook again for a few minutes before I add the rest of the ingredients. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're helping us grow, and we are on the road to 500 subscribers. And I'm really excited, and I know that we shall achieve it. So do like and share this video, and I will really appreciate it. Then I added some tomatoes. I added tomatoes that diced. Yeah. So tomatoes help the food to get some really nice color. And since they also have water, their own water, you don't necessarily have to put in the food. So I added my tomatoes and let them cook for a few minutes on low heat. So they are turning down the heat. And if you are not new here, you know that I changed this pot, but this was at an earlier point. And here I'm adding some green capsicum. So at this point I was cooking for 4 people. Yes, 4 people, and my help was around. So you can see her helping. I don't have a dozen hands. So we add in the green capsicum into the rest of the stew, and we were chit-chatting. We were following a certain recipe. I can't remember where we had gotten it from, but it was basically about bulking up your pea stew. And there we added eggplant or briganya if you are Kenyan. That's just if you are not, that's eggplant, the purple one that we just added. We stir that in. You can see already we are getting a lot of vegetables into our stew, and that's how we like it, such that even if you just eat a little bit, you are almost assured of meeting your vegetable requirements. Those are sliced courgettes or zucchini, and we were just feeling fancy that day. The way we serrated the edges, we just used a fork. Before you slice them, you use a fork to make those lines. Then we added some carrots, some cubed carrots. We tried to go for the size of a small size because the peas are also small. So we were trying to go for that size. And we stir this in. We are counting the vegetables we have added. We must be on vegetable number 6 now. with the courgettes or the zucchini, and the carrots, the briganya, the green capsicum, the tomatoes, and what else? The leeks, yes. So then at this point now we added the potatoes. Remember we are making a pea stew. So we added potatoes at that point. And then this is a stew that you can eat just by itself, or you can serve it alongside rice or chapati or roti. We had this with chapatis that you will see uh, as we go along. Then I added some turmeric powder for color. Some turmeric. Turmeric is a mild spice, but it's also a very good anti-inflammatory. It has good anti-inflammatory properties. That means it helps to protect your body against infection. So, and it's just a good spice to add. It gives the stew a very nice orange color, especially that color is incorporated by the potatoes and the courgettes because they were more white than the rest of the vegetables. So we are still cooking on low heat and letting the vegetables simmer. Remember, I learned not to be adding water to my stews, so that's what you are doing here. But you can see it still had a lot of water. Then we added the boiled peas. Finally, these are boiled peas, and well, if they are boiled, they don't need to cook much. So we allowed enough time for the potatoes to cook thoroughly, and then we just added the peas and stir them in, and after this is just going to garnish the food after after it has simmered for a few minutes. So we added coriander leaves or dania for garnishing and stirred that in. Now at this point we had already switched off the heat and our stew was ready to serve, and we served it along chapati. Yes, we served it along chapati and it was really, really delicious. Do excuse the smoke that was coming up to the camera. It just shows that this food was it was super, super delicious, and it was well bulked up with a lot of vegetables. So you can see at this point the heat was already down, and on the other burner we were finishing preparing our chapatis. Going on to our second recipe where we are sharing granola, how to make granola. So granola is a breakfast option that is made with oats. So I'm putting oats. Oats is the main ingredient. So I was eyeballing it, but that's around like 3 or 4 cups. Then I added flaxseed. Flaxseed is one of our products on our product line. So this is our product line. Again, I boiled it, but it's like half a cup of flaxseed. Then I added some chia seeds, just a little bit, because this will have quite a lot of seeds. So I added some flaxseed. I boiled around half a cup or quarter cup. Then I added quinoa. Quinoa. I'll share that name. It's a seed, a very, very healthy seed. Has lots of good oils. I write that name down. Quinoa. Yes, it's an interesting one. So I start that in. And all these are products on our product line. Actually, all of them, including the oats. The oats we don't necessarily have them at the outlets, but we can help you source them. Then I added some cinnamon. Cinnamon powder gives the whole roasting. As the granola is roasting in the oven, it gives it such a nice smell. So I added a full tablespoon of cinnamon powder, and then some coconut powder. You can use either coconut powder or coconut flakes. Again, this is part of our product line. Maybe that's why I was generous and I was just eyeballing the recipe. Yeah, but it depends with your household or how much you are aiming to make. So here I wanted to make enough to last us a month or more because we really love granola here. and outsourcing it or buying it from the store is a bit expensive, so we just make it here at home. Then at this point now, I add the wet ingredients. I'll start with honey. That is some Buru Mountain honey that I'm going to be adding, and then I'm going to be adding just a few pieces of almonds. Again, this is still part of our brand, almond seeds. Um, Almonds are really good, but you can't have so many of them in this granola. So it's better to add almonds when you are serving the granola other than roasting them. But I just incorporated a few into the mix. Then when we are serving granola, if you realize like the portion you have served doesn't have many nuts, you can just add them to as you are eating, like as you are serving it for breakfast. So incorporated whole almonds, but if you have the split ones, all the better. So then I'm now going to add honey. It should be free flowing because you need to mix it. If it's not free flowing, just warm it up and warm up the honey so that it becomes free flowing. And then you add it to your dry ingredients. This was more, I added more than a cup of honey, more than a cup of honey. And then I'm also going to add some vegetable oil, and we used extra virgin oil. So guys, if you have watched up to this point, I really appreciate it. Do hit the like button, do comment after this if this is something you would like to try out to make granola for your household, or to bulk up your pea stew with lots of vegetables. Kindly let me know in the comment section. If you have never heard of granola, you can also mention it. This is a learning platform or space, so don't feel shy to say that you have never heard of granola. So yeah, I was just mixing in the honey with the granola, but it was not enough. So I will add some more of the honey. Before I added some more of the honey before I put it on the baking tin. But at this point now, I was adding some oil, extra virgin oil. You can use extra virgin oil or any vegetable oil that you have. As I have said before, I prefer that you buy your oils in clear bottles other than the yellow colored bottles, because if it's in a clear bottle, you can trust that it's fully vegetable and it's going to be free flowing. So I added more oil and I added more honey because you need the dry ingredients to like shikana to be together. Yes. Then after that, I lined my baking tin. I oiled it first, then I lined it with a parchment paper, and I poured out my mixture onto the baking tin. So the mixture should be a little bit sticky because you are trying to help these ingredients all come together. Then I baked it in the oven. I baked it in the oven at 160 degrees for 25 minutes, but I turned it at around 12 minutes. I turned it so that it can bake evenly. By turning, I just mean I remove it from the oven. I turn literally the contents on the baking tin, and then I flatten them down again, and I return them to the to the oven. So this is heating from up and down at 60 degrees, and it is baked for almost 25 minutes. So I'm putting it in, and then after 25 minutes it was ready to serve. After it cools down, it's ready to serve. So hope you enjoyed this video. Just stick around for more of Vlogmass, and have a nice time. Bye everyone, and thank you so much. So yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Bye.